Are you ready to grow your Instagram followers? And not just any followers, but good, highly engaged followers? Sit back, grab a notebook and a coffee because we are giving you top-notch insight on how to grow your followers organically. Hey everyone, I am Jess from Later, and this video today is all about how to grow your Instagram followers organically. Now, if you're new here, thanks for joining us. Welcome. We always share video content to help brands and businesses use social media to grow. So if that's your jam, make sure you subscribe so you never miss one of our videos, and be sure to check out our website where we share a bunch of helpful tools and resources like downloadables, templates, blog posts, ultimate guides, and so much more. So with that, I'm gonna get into our very first tip. Number 1, create shareable content. This one is a biggie. Shareable content is one of the best ways to ensure that your content gets seen by a lot of people. It is so incredibly effective that it's really worth putting in an effort to create shareable content. Now, on Instagram, users can share content to their Instagram stories and via DM. So think about it. If even one community member of yours shares a feed post of yours on their story, now their entire community will see it, and they may press in and resonate with what you shared and then give you a follow, which is ultimately what you're looking for. So it's super important to create shareable content. But what does that mean? What is shareable content? Well, there are 3 things that go into creating shareable content. The first is value. You really want to offer valuable content to your audience. Now, ask yourself, what would I reshare on my stories? Now, the content that we usually reshare on our own stories is content, whether it's a quote card, a photo, or educational resource, is usually content that we align with or that we resonated with. Now, put yourself in the mindset of your ideal client and think, what would they reshare to their stories? Now, you can offer up educational resources, tips and tricks, hacks, and so much more. And take advantage of carousel posts because you can add up to 10 slides of juicy shareable content for your audience. The second is authenticity. Audiences, more than ever before, are craving real, authentic content. Buzzword alert, authentic content, I know, but it's true. We are all human, and the best kind of content triggers an emotion, and that's all your audiences are looking for. They're looking to connect with you. So if you are having a bad day, if you're struggling with orders, if you are just simply struggling with running a business through a global pandemic, talk to your audience and let them know, because you know what? There is a super high chance that someone in your audience is gonna resonate and relate with you and want to share it with their community as well. The third is aesthetic and design. Instagram is still a visual first platform, so it's important to keep that in mind when creating shareable content. Your audience may be more likely to share beautiful on-brand graphics or quote cards like the ones on screen now, rather than just a black and white text-based post. Now, the best part about this is you don't have to be a graphic design pro to achieve this look. You can use apps like Canva and Over to design on-brand posts. We can't talk about shareable content without talking about memes. You know, you open up the Instagram app and you start scrolling, and chances are you're gonna see a meme. Chances are you've sent a meme today, or maybe you will later. They are basically their own form of communication on social media, with a crazy amount of people sending them. There's about reported 55% of 13 to 35-year-olds sending them weekly. So the next time there's a big cultural moment or something going on in social media, you should jump on board and create a meme for your brand or business. Number 2, use Instagram Reels. If you want to go viral, using Instagram Reels is your number 1 ticket to getting more Instagram followers right now. And that's for 2 reasons. The first is because of how Instagram is really pushing Instagram Reels right now, especially with how you can see that the Instagram Reels Explore feed is front and center on the home page at the bottom. You can see on screen right now. And the second reason is that instead of users only seeing Reels from accounts they follow, instead they see Reels from all accounts, and they're seeing content based on content that they interact with and on topics that they're interested in, which is Super, super cool and a major game changer for you because you can reach audiences that actually want to see your content. If you are interested in learning about how to go viral and some really awesome Instagram Reels hacks, I will link that video for you down below. Number 3, engage with your audience. Now, this may sound like a no-brainer, but oftentimes it can fall to the wayside. Now, the best piece of advice that I can give you is to treat your followers like friends. So you would probably answer your friends' DMs, you would reply to their comments, and you would like their photos, right? So do the same with your community. Find time to be active on Instagram and go in and like photos of accounts that you're following, reply to those DMs, and carve out time to actually sincerely comment back to them. Now, this does not mean sitting on your phone and doing this all day because let's be real, no one has time for that. You are busy, I know you are busy. So start off by carving maybe 30 minutes of the beginning of your day just to go through and make sure that you are spending time interacting with your audience. When your followers feel like friends, they will feel like they're part of a community. And with that, they may feel more inclined to actually talk about you or your brand on their social platforms or in their circle of friends and family. Remember to interact with accounts you follow. This can be forgotten about, but it's actually a great way to reach new potential followers. And this is for a few reasons. The first is that your comment could be pinned. And the second is that when you engage with an account, that's letting the Instagram algorithm know that you have a relationship with them and your account could be shown up in the suggested or related section. Number 4, optimize your Instagram profile for search. Now, this is a major underutilized tool and one that you should definitely try out after this video. So for those who are unfamiliar, I'll give some backstory. A little story time, let's get comfy. Instagram recently released for English speakers in 6 countries the ability to actually search Instagram using keywords. So prior to this, when a user would search on Instagram, let's say at-home workouts, posts using that hashtag would populate, but nothing else. And now you'll actually be able to see posts that include captions and maybe accounts that have name fields that include at-home workout, not just posts that include the hashtag. And this is a really, really cool opportunity for you as a brand. Knowing this, it's a good idea to include keywords that you know your audience is searching in your captions in more ways than just hashtags. Similarly, ask yourself if your Instagram bio is optimized to actually help you get discovered by new followers. Now, take a look at your Instagram bio and see, do I have a descriptive name field and have I included relevant keywords? Spend some time playing around with it and optimizing it for search. If you're looking for more Instagram SEO tips, we have a ton. I have, as always, linked that blog post in our description below. Number 5, be consistent. Now, if you've worked in social media for a while, you've probably heard this before, but consistency is key. Now, if you happen to be taking notes, I would write this one down. It's so simple, but it's so important that consistency is key. Not only will the Instagram algorithm recognize and reward it, but you will also become a go-to person or an expert in your niche. Now, it's a great way to show your followers that you're always gonna have incredible content coming their way. Our number 1 tip is to always have an Instagram story up. Now, if I'm a new follower and I land on your page, the very first place I'm probably gonna tap is that circle, is your Instagram stories. So even if it's just reposting, content that's been shared from your community or some UGC, whatever it is, always having that little red and pink circle around your stories is super important, and it will give first-time visitors who land on your profile a really clear idea of who you are and what kind of content you offer. If posting consistently sounds extremely intimidating, I'm about to let you in on a life and time-saving hack. Now, that is to plan and schedule your content ahead of time. Instead of sitting on your phone every single day thinking of what to post, brainstorming captions, use something like Later to help you plan and schedule your content all at once. Now, you can spend an hour or two at the beginning of the week and get all of your planning and scheduling out of the way to leave time to do more of what you love. Not only can you schedule and auto-publish your posts with Later, but there are a number of helpful tools that you can use. Like, how cool is this? You can basically go in and you can actually see like what your feed will look like once all of your posts are published, which that's my personal favorite. I love playing around with that. And also, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but it is free to use. So if you do want to try it out, I will put a sign up link in the description below. Well, we have made it to the end, friends. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know how hard and impossible it can feel to grow your following, especially when you're in the thick of it, but I do promise that if you use these methods in your strategy, you'll be growing your community in no time. We could not fit all of our tips in this video, so we have a blog post that I've linked below with even more ways to grow your following. And as always, make sure you like and subscribe to stay up to date with all of the latest tips and tricks. And I would also love to know what you guys would like to see our next video as. So let us know in the comments what you'd like us to do next. Okay, see you next time.